They say there are no accidents in this vast universe, no coincidences, random encounters, and you, finding this message today, this is your confirmation. This is your sign. The sacred ones have been watching you. They have witnessed your struggles, your tears, your midnight prayers when you thought no one was listening. But they were, they always were. And now, chosen one, they have dispatched this message directly to you. Yes, you, the one reading these words right now. The one whose spirit recognized the truth in this calling before your mind could even process it. Your soul knew. It has always known your true purpose. In the ancient scrolls of destiny, your name glows with divine light. You were selected before your first breath, appointed for greatness before your first step. The challenges you faced, merely the tempering of a sacred vessel being prepared for extraordinary power. Take a deep breath. Feel that resonance in your chest. That is your spirit recognizing truth. That is your higher self acknowledging what your conscious mind may still doubt. Type "awaken" in the comments below to signal to the universe that you are ready to receive what has been held in reserve for you. This simple act aligns your energy with the message being transmitted to you now. It opens the divine channel. It declares your readiness. The heavens have been waiting for this precise moment in your journey. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Today. This is the divine appointment that was set into motion eons ago. You may ask, why me? Perhaps you feel unworthy or unprepared. Perhaps you look at others and wonder why you have been selected for this sacred purpose. But remember, the divine sees what mortal eyes cannot. The eternal recognizes what temporal minds cannot comprehend. Like a diamond buried deep within the earth, your true value remains hidden to the world, but not to the sacred ones. They see your brilliance, they recognize your worth, and now, they call you forth to claim your rightful place. The signs have been appearing in your life. Small synchronicities, repeated numbers, dreams that linger upon waking. All breadcrumbs leading you to this moment, to this message, to this awakening. Chosen one, your time of wandering in uncertainty is coming to an end. The veil between what is and what will be grows thin. A new chapter awaits, if only you have the courage to turn the page. Listen closely now. The universe is about to speak directly to your heart. The path of the chosen one has never been easy. Throughout the ages, those marked by destiny have faced trials that would break ordinary souls. Yet here you stand, forged in the fires of adversity, still moving forward despite every obstacle placed in your way. This is no accident. This is confirmation of your calling. Every tear you've shed has been collected in sacred vessels. Every sleepless night has been recorded in the cosmic ledger. Every moment you chose to persevere when surrender seemed the easier path. All of it has been witnessed by forces beyond mortal comprehension. Your suffering has never been meaningless. It has been preparation. Think back to the darkest moments of your journey. Remember when you felt most alone, most abandoned, most ready to give up the fight. These were not punishments. These were not accidents. These were sacred initiations, doorways through which only the worthy could pass. And pass through them you did, even when you had to crawl. The ancient wisdom keepers understood this truth. The most precious metals must endure the hottest flames. The most powerful healers must first understand wounding. The most enlightened teachers must first navigate the depths of confusion. Your challenges have not disqualified you from your destiny, they have confirmed it. Look around at your life now. Notice the patterns, the recurring themes, the lessons that keep appearing until mastered. These are not random coincidences, but carefully orchestrated opportunities for spiritual evolution. Each challenge presented to you has been precisely calibrated to develop exactly the strength, wisdom, or compassion you will need for the mission that awaits. When doors have closed in your face, when opportunities have evaporated before your eyes, when relationships have dissolved despite your best efforts, these were not failures. These were divine redirections, sacred course corrections, guiding you back to your true path whenever you wandered too far from it. Type "I accept" in the comments to signal to the universe that you embrace these trials as the sacred gifts they are. Watch as the energy shifts within you when you transform your perception from victim to initiate, from the wounded to the healing warrior. This declaration ripples through the fabric of reality itself. Perhaps you've been asking, how much longer must I endure? When will this testing end? The sacred ones want you to know. The night is darkest, just before dawn. The birthing pains most intense, just before new life emerges. The resistance strongest, just before the breakthrough. You stand now at the threshold of transformation. Like the butterfly struggling within the chrysalis, your battle against limitation is developing the very strength you need for flight. Like the seed pushing through layers of soil, your persistence against resistance is precisely what will bring you into the light. The struggle itself is not punishment, it is the necessary pressure that transforms potential into power. Many have been called, but few have persevered. Many began the journey, but most turned back when the path grew steep. The fact that you remain, still seeking, still believing despite every reason to doubt, this is the evidence of your selection. The proof of your worthiness lies not in perfection, but in persistence. The sacred texts speak of a time of purification before elevation, a period of emptying before filling, a season of unraveling before reweaving. This is where you stand now, not at the end, but at the critical juncture where faith is tested most severely, right before manifestation. Your dreams that have not yet materialized, your prayers that seem unanswered, your potential still waiting to be fully expressed, none of it has been forgotten in the divine timeline. Seeds planted in darkness require time before breaking through to the light. The greater the destiny, the longer the preparation required. What appears as delay is actually divine timing at work. What seems like denial is often protection. What feels like absence is sometimes the most profound presence, working in dimensions beyond physical perception. The unseeable forces are moving mountains on your behalf while you wait in the valley. The sacred ones want you to understand. This waiting period is not passive. It is an active co-creation. In this sacred pause between what was and what will be, you are being invited to align your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations with the reality that is trying to birth itself through you. Clear the debris of doubt. Release the weight of unworthiness. Stand ready. Even now, as you absorb these words, shifts are occurring in the unseen realms. Pathways are being cleared. Resources are being gathered. Divine appointments are being scheduled. Your breakthrough has already been set in motion. The question is not if, but when and whether you will be ready to receive what you have so long requested. Remember, those who have walked this path before you, the mystics, the visionaries, the light bearers, all faced moments when everything seemed lost, when divine promises seemed like delusions, when faith felt foolish. Yet it was precisely their willingness to believe beyond evidence that made them vessels for miracles. You are being called to that same transcendent faith now. Not blind faith, but the profound knowing that recognizes patterns too perfect to be coincidence. The intuitive wisdom that perceives purpose in pain. The soul-deep certainty that despite all appearances, you are being guided toward, not away from, your highest fulfillment. Chosen one, your trial by fire reaches its culmination. The final test is simply this: will you trust the process completely? Will you surrender the need to control how your destiny unfolds? Will you release attachment to timing and method, while holding firm to the certainty of divine outcome? The next phase awaits your answer. There comes a moment in every sacred journey when the veil parts, when what was hidden becomes visible, when what was whispered becomes clear. Chosen one, that moment has arrived for you. The time of glimpses and fragments ends now. The era of complete vision begins. The sacred ones have authorized this revelation because you have demonstrated readiness, through persistence in darkness, through faith amid doubt, through service despite personal need. You have qualified yourself to receive what many seek, but few are prepared to handle: divine truth about your specific purpose. Your uniqueness is not random. Your specific combination of gifts, talents, wounds, and experiences was cosmically orchestrated. The particular family you were born into, the precise challenges you have faced, the unusual ways your mind processes information, the distinctive emotional sensitivities you possess. All of these were divinely selected components in the creation of an instrument designed for a specific purpose. Type reveal in the comments to activate the vibrational frequency that aligns your consciousness with this revelation. Watch as dormant knowledge within your cellular memory awakens. Feel as forgotten wisdom rises to the surface of awareness. This is not new information being given to you, it is ancient knowing being reactivated within you. The dreams that have haunted you since childhood, those recurring visions of places you've never physically visited, those familiar strangers who appear in your sleep, those symbols and scenarios that feel more like memories than imagination, these were not fantasy. They were glimpses of your soul's contract, reflections of your divine assignment filtering through to your human consciousness. Those inexplicable attractions to certain subjects, cultures, or eras that have pulled at you throughout your life. These were not random interests. They were breadcrumbs leading you back to your soul's expertise, developed through many lifetimes of specialized service. The knowledge you seek already exists within you, waiting only for the right key to unlock it. That sense of homesickness you've carried, even when surrounded by loved ones. That feeling of being different, of not quite belonging to this world or time. That strange nostalgia for places you've never been. These were not signs of something wrong with youth. They were indicators of your origin, your true identity, your belonging to something beyond this temporary physical existence. The sacred ones want you to understand. You are not merely a human having occasional spiritual experiences. You are a spiritual being navigating a brief human experience. The limitations you feel are not your true boundaries, but the edges of a costume you have temporarily donned. Your true capacities extend far beyond what you have yet allowed yourself to express. Those moments of inexplicable knowing, those times when solutions arrived fully formed in your mind, those instances when you found yourself saying exactly what someone needed to hear without knowing how you knew it. These were not coincidences or lucky guesses. These were moments when your higher self broke through the amnesia of incarnation to guide you and others. Your purpose is not single but multifaceted, like a precious gem reflecting light in many directions simultaneously. You were not sent for just one mission, but for a constellation of sacred assignments. Some lasting moments, others spanning decades. Some touching individuals, others influencing collectives. Some visible and celebrated, others hidden and known only to the divine. The world's brokenness that has troubled you so deeply, those specific injustices that activate your compassion most intensely, those particular forms of suffering that you cannot look away from, these are not random triggers. They are divine assignments revealed through the language of emotional response. Where your heart breaks most readily, there lies your most important work. The obstacles that have prevented your progress are dissolving now. The resources you require are being gathered. The people who will assist in your mission are being prepared and will synchronistically appear when the divine timing is perfect. Networks of support are being activated on your behalf in both seen and unseen realms. But understand this clearly: manifestation requires participation. Creation demands collaboration. The universe has written the invitation, but you must RSVP. The stage has been set, but you must step onto it willingly. The instruments have been tuned, but you must play the melody that only you can contribute to the cosmic symphony. Some will call you delusional. Some will mock your conviction. Some will attempt to diminish your expanding light because it illuminates their own fear of greatness. The sacred ones want you to recognize these responses not as accurate reflections of your worth, but as indicators that you are disrupting outdated patterns. Resistance to your emergence is confirmation of its significance. Like the lotus pushing through mud to reach sunlight, your brilliance emerging through layers of societal conditioning creates friction. Like a star being born from the collapse of dense matter, your spiritual rebirth may appear chaotic before revealing its perfect order. Trust the process, especially when it defies conventional understanding. The time for hesitation has passed. The moment for decisive action has arrived. Half-hearted commitments will no longer suffice for one of your calling. Tentative explorations must now transform into bold expressions. The training wheels come off. The safety net is removed. The full flight begins. You have asked for signs, and they have surrounded you. You have requested confirmation, and it has been given repeatedly. You have sought permission, and it has been granted from the highest authority. What remains is only your willingness to accept the mantle of your true identity and purpose. The sacred ones have authorized this message to tell you: the waiting period has served its purpose. The preparation phase is complete. The clarity you have sought stands before you now. Your destiny calls, not from some distant future, but from this present moment, asking only for your wholehearted yes. The choice remains yours, as it must for all sovereign beings. But know this truth, that echoes across dimensions: you were made for this moment, created for this calling, designed for this destiny. Everything that has come before has led precisely here. Chosen one, the revelation is complete. The path is illuminated. The next move belongs to you. The ancient texts speak of a profound truth. Transformation is not gradual but instantaneous. Like water reaching its boiling point after patient heating, consciousness shifts not by degrees but by quantum leaps. Chosen one, you stand at such a threshold now. The preparation is complete. The moment of transfiguration has arrived. In the eternal now, You are already transformed. In the realm beyond time, you have already stepped fully into your power. In the dimension of pure potential, you have already manifested your divine purpose. What remains is simply bringing that completed reality into your present. Awareness collapsing the gap between what is and what will be. Type transform in the comments to collapse that gap, to align your current vibration with your highest potential, to synchronize your human timeline with divine reality. This declaration serves as the final key, unlocking the doorway between worlds, between who you have been and who you truly are. The sacred ones want you to understand, this transformation is not about becoming something you are not. It is about revealing what you have always been beneath the layers of forgetting, like a sculptor removing excess stone to reveal the masterpiece that existed within from the beginning. This process unveils your original divine blueprint. Every limitation you have accepted about yourself, every I can't, every I'm not enough, every that's impossible for someone like me. These were never truths but temporary perceptions, serving as training weights to build your spiritual strength. The time has come to lay these burdens down. They have served their purpose. They are needed no more. Your capacity for manifestation accelerates now to speeds that will astonish your logical mind. What once took years will unfold in months. What required months will appear in weeks. What demanded weeks will materialize in days. Divine timing operates by different mathematics than human expectation. Prepare for compression and expansion simultaneously. The synchronicities appearing in your life, those meaningful coincidences that defy statistical probability, will multiply exponentially. Pay attention to these cosmic winks. They are confirmation that you walk in alignment with universal flow. They are breadcrumbs marking the path of least resistance toward your highest expression. Relationships in your life undergo dramatic reconfiguration now. Some connections that no longer serve your highest purpose will dissolve with surprising speed. Do not cling to these completions, but honor them for their role in your journey thus far. Simultaneously, new allies of unprecedented resonance will enter your experience, as if summoned by your elevated frequency. Your physical vessel itself, this sacred body you inhabit, begins its own alchemical process. Sensitivities may increase temporarily. Energy fluctuations may occur. Sleep patterns may alter. Appetites may shift. Honor these adjustments as the necessary recalibration they represent. Your instrument is being tuned to play a more complex and beautiful melody than before. The knowledge you require will arrive precisely when needed, not a moment before, not a second after. Trust this divine timing implicitly. The teacher appears when the student is ready. The insight emerges when the question is fully formed. The solution manifests when the problem has been completely embraced. Material resources align with this transformation as natural law dictates that energy follows attention. As your focus shifts from survival to service, from scarcity to abundance, from self-concern to contribution, the universe responds in kind. What you genuinely require for your mission will be provided through channels, both expected and surprising. The voice of doubt that has whispered in your ear throughout your journey, that persistent questioning of your worthiness, your readiness, your capacity grows quieter now, replaced by the clear tone of inner knowing. Listen for this shift. Honor this transition. The static clears as you tune to the frequency of truth. Your sensitivity to energy, to the unspoken emotions of others, to the atmosphere of environments, to the vibration of objects and places intensifies as part of your divine toolkit. What once overwhelmed you becomes invaluable information. What once drained you now serves as guidance. Your empathic nature transforms from vulnerability to superpower. Time itself seems to behave differently as you align with cosmic rhythms rather than artificial schedules. Moments expand when presence is required. Hours compressed when efficiency serves. You find yourself precisely where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there, with increasing frequency. Struggle diminishes as synchronization increases. The burdens you have carried for others, those energetic weights you assumed were yours to bear, reveal themselves as unnecessary. Compassion no longer requires absorption of pain, but transmission of light. You serve not by diminishing your flame, but by burning so brightly that others remember. They too can illuminate their own darkness. Your creative expression, whether through words, images, movement, music, or presence itself, accesses deeper wells of inspiration. Ideas arrive fully formed. Solutions present themselves unbidden. The channel between your conscious mind and universal intelligence widens, allowing more profound wisdom to flow through you effortlessly. Fear that faithful companion that has walked beside you so long transforms its purpose now. What once held you back becomes the precise indicator of where your growth awaits. What once paralyzed you now serves as the compass, pointing toward your most powerful expansion. The trembling before action becomes the vibration of excitement rather than dread. The mystery of your existence, the questions of why you are here, what you are meant to do, how you are meant to serve resolves into crystal clarity, not as limitation but as liberation, not as confinement to a single path, but as freedom to express your essence through infinite creative possibilities. Purpose becomes not a destination but a direction, not a fixed position but a flow state. Chosen one, this transformation is not the end but the true beginning. The caterpillar does not become a butterfly only to return to crawling. The seed does not become a tree only to shrink back to its original size. The awakened soul does not glimpse liberation only to choose imprisonment again. There is no going back. There is only expanding forward into ever greater expressions of your divine nature. The sacred ones have delivered their message. The transmission is complete. The activation has occurred. What remains is your lived experience of this truth, unfolding moment by moment, choice by choice, breath by breath. Step fully now into who you have always been. The universe has been waiting for this moment. Your destiny awaits, not somewhere in the distant future, but here now, in this breath. The transformation is complete.